Hello, my name's Christopher, and today I'm going to show you how to install Wallos on CasaOS. A little bit about this series, I'm going over home labs, installing things, getting things set up, everything like that. So if you're interested in that, subscribe, comment, like, and support the channel, and let's get started. I wanted to let y'all know about the Big Bear community. We just launched a community on community.bigbeartechworld.com. It's based on discourse, so go on there, join it, and say hi. So let's get back to your registered programming. So this is what I'll be installing today, Wallos. It's a open source personal subscription tracker. So you can put all your subscriptions in there that you pay on a schedule. And you'll be able to track when they're coming up. And it's got category management, multi-currency support, currency conversion, data privacy, customization, sorting options, a logo search, and mobile view, and statistics, notifications, and multi-language support. So this is what I'll be installing today on CasaOS. So now I'm going to start on Big Bear CasaOS, and there will be a link down in the YouTube description to get to this. I'm going to go over the search and type Wallos, and now you see it right here. So I'm going to go in the Docker Compose. So the CasaOS app name is called Big Bear Wallos, and then I'm going to set some services, and then the first service underneath the services is called Big Bear Wallos. And then the container name is going to be called Big Bear Wallos, and this is so Docker doesn't have to generate a random name. And then the image is coming off of Docker by default because there's no URL before this. This is the Docker image, and this is the Docker image tag. Restart policy is set to unless stop, so that means if you stop it for any reason, it will not try to restart, but if it fails any other reason, then it'll try to restart. And then environment variables, so you can set your time zone right here. Right now it's set to UTC. And then volumes, so now the volumes on this side, so this is the host side, and then this is the container side. Do not change the container side. And so same with this one, the host side and then the container side. And then the ports on the host side is 8282. And then on the container side is 80. Do not change the container side. Also on the host, if this does collide with another port on your host, you can change it to like 8283. But you will need to change the WebUI port as well. So I'm going to come down here to the CasaOS information. So this explains the environment variables, the volumes, and the ports. And then now CasaOS information to explain the app on the App Store, the architectures that the Docker image supports, and that's this one up here, is AMD 64 and ARM 64. The main service is this one right here. And then the description, the tagline, the developer of the Docker image, and then the author of the Docker Compose, the icon that's being used on the App Store, thumbnail's empty, the title, and then the categories, so people can easily click the categories and be able to filter by Big Bear CasaOS, and then you'll see all the Big Bear CasaOS apps that are supported. And then the port map is 8282, and that rhymes with this port up here, the host port. And tips down here, and you can read this. It normally has the documentation on it. So that's a little bit about the Docker Compose. So I wanted to let you know about the Big Bear Club. You can join it, and it greatly supports this channel, and I very much appreciate it. So if you'd like to join the Big Bear Club, you can go down the YouTube description and go to my Ko-Fi link and join it from there. So let's get back to registered programming. So now I'm going to go ahead and install Wallos on my CasaOS. And if you go to the App Store, and you should see 271 or more from a Big Bear CasaOS. Now, a little tip, if you want to update the apps, when I release apps to Big Bear CasaOS, it should automatically update. but sometimes it doesn't nowadays. So you need to go up to settings and then restart right here. And then you'll go back into the App Store, and then you should see the updated account on the apps. So I'm going to go over here to search and type Wallos, and then now we're going to click it, and we're going to press install. And then now that's that tips model box that comes up, but before you install, you can go ahead and say next steps right here. And then you can continue in background. And what this is doing is it's downloading the Docker image with registry, getting extracted, getting it up with Docker Buzz underneath, because it is using the Docker engine. So now we have it up and running. So if you go into here and you go to settings, you can see that it set up everything. So that's how to install Wallos on CasaOS. So now you can SSH into your CasaOS, and if you want to know where the files are living, you can go into CD and then data, app data, and then you can now ls that, and now you can see Big Barrel Wallos right here. So we're going to go into Big Barrel Wallos. So ls again. So now you see the directories right here. So that's where your actual data lives. And if you wanted to back up something, I would definitely back up data and app data. And then now you can go into it further, and you can see where the database lives, and you can go to logos, and then now you can see where the avatars are. So that's where your data lives in CasaOS. So now you can also go into your CasaOS, and you can go to files right here, and you can go to app data, Big Barrel Wallos, and then you can also check mark these, and you can download, copy, cut, delete, and cancel. You can go into the top right and download, copy path, rename, cut, copy, share, and delete. You can go into here and you can see the database, just how we did with the SSH in the last segment. You can go into here into avatars. So that's how to see the files in the CasaOS UI. So now if we go over here to the top right vertical dots, you can click it and you can go into the UI. You can set some tips, and this is kind of like a notepad. And you can come down here and say testing, and then press the save button. You can see it reloaded the container. So now you can go back into tips, and you can see it did change. You can go over here to settings, and you can click it. You can go into here and you can change the volumes, ports, and the title, the Docker image. So you can go over here to terminal and logs, and you can go into here. And then you can also go to logs right here. This is great for debugging. And then you can X out of there. You can export the Docker Impose in a formatted file for CasaOS. You can X out of there. So you can check for updates. And this is checking for updates from Big Bear CasaOS. And you can uninstall, restart, and power off and on. So now I'm going to start on my CasaOS, and I'm going to click this. You can also click up here and go to open. So I'm going to go to the UI. So now you can put your username in, and then you can put your email in, and then your password, and then password again, and then you can click your main currency. I'm going to click US dollar. And then you can also pick your language. Now you can also restore a database right here as well. I'm going to go register. So now you're in. So we can go ahead and we can go over here and we can put our username in, and we can put our password that we just put in. You can say stay logged in and then log in. And now we're in. So you can go ahead and you can see that you can add your first subscription. So we can add that, and we can say a description name, and then we can put a price in, and you can click your currency. I'm going to say US dollar. You can also upload a logo. the payment every, and then you click that, and then days, weeks, months, years, and then you can put your next payment in, and then you can also say your payment method right here, and then you can say paid by, the category of it in, and then enable notifications for the subscription. You can do that, and then you can say the days before, the cancellation notification right here, and then you can also put the URL to cancel in, the notes, and you can also disable this subscription. So I'm going to go ahead and save, and then now you can see it right here, and you can say $10. You can go over here and you can see the description. You can edit the description again, and then you can delete, clone, and you can come up here and you can create a new one. You can filter, and then you can come over here to profile, and you can change your email, password, and then your main currency, which that didn't save. So let's try to save it again. And the two-factor authentication, you can set up that. The API key, you can export as JSON, export as CSV. You can also come up here and you can go to subscriptions again, and then the calendar, and a statistics, and then settings. Put your monthly budget in, the household, notifications, categories, and then currencies, and then fix your API key, and then payment methods, the theme settings, and then the display settings, and then experimental settings down here. You can also go to admin right here and registrations, the user management, SMTP settings, and then maintenance task, and then you can back up and restore. So you can back it up here, and then if you reinstall this, you can just click the restore and restore it back to where it was. You can also restore right here, and then you can see the about, and you can log out. So that's a little bit about Wallos' UI. So I just went over step by step on getting Wallos running on CasaOS using Big Bear CasaOS third-party app store. So if you like this tutorial, subscribe, comment, like, and support the channel. And if you have any video suggestions or any community support, you can go down the Big Bear community and join our forum. There's a link in the YouTube description. So stay tuned for more.